Hey everyone, I hope you're doing great and welcome back to Dad's Budget Bites, the kitchen where budget meets flavor. They come together awesome. At the end of our last video, we spun our cooking wheel here and we got lunch dinner, which means that we're going to be making something that works great for lunch or dinner. What we're going to be making today is a creamy Tuscan chicken and spinach pasta. I never made this particular thing before, so we're going to do it together and see how it comes out. Hopefully it comes out great. Maybe it won't come out so great. There's a good chance it might need some minor tweaks, but we're going to try it together and see how it goes. Real quick, did make a couple revisions to the game wheel here. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are now standalone. And then to the side dish slots, we also added appetizers. So every once in a while, whenever we roll that, we're going to be making appetizers as well. So without further ado, let's get into it and let's cook. All right, everyone, here's all the ingredients that we're going to be using today to put together this delicious creamy chicken Tuscan pasta. There's too many ingredients to list individually, so please check out the video description for further information on ingredients, quantities, as well as servings. All right, the first thing you want to do is cook your chicken up fully. You want to get that nice and cooked. I got the pan warming. It's been warming for about 3 or 4 minutes on a medium heat. I added like a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half of olive oil. So the pan should be nice and warm. These are chicken tenders, so probably only about 4 minutes aside. So when they go, sizzle, sizzle. All right, just enough room. So I have 7 chicken tenders in here. Hopefully that's enough. It should be enough for an 8-serving box of pasta. Should be plenty. So that's the particular package I picked up, about 1.5 pounds. So I'm going to add some salt and pepper, actually. All right. So we just give this a very quick minor season. Little salt and pepper. Perfect. So we'll cook these for about 4 minutes on each side, whatever it takes to fully cook it. And then once that's done, we're going to cut up the chicken. You could either slice it like this way, say, or you could make it more into cubes. Whatever size you want is fine. I like mine more of a bite size. So once this is done, we'll cut it up and then go on to the next step. So our chicken's fully cooked. I cut it up into little bite-sized pieces. So that's kind of vegging out right now until we get to the end when everything gets mixed together. So the next thing we want to do is dice up our garlic as small as you can get it. I like using a mix of the jarred garlic and fresh garlic. They each kind of add a distinctive flavor. So with the fresh garlic, you're going to get a stronger, more potent garlicky flavor. And with the jarred garlic, you're going to get a milder, sweeter flavor. Almost like more earthy or whatever. So I think it's a nice taste to add both. It's a preference. You know, you could do one or the other. So the best way to peel a clove of garlic, this is a relatively large clove, by the way. Give it a good little smash. And the outer peel should just come right off. There it is. All right, so I'm slicing these pretty thin. I cut the ends off when I smashed it. And now it's time to just give it a good chop. trying to do this in a way so you guys could see a home without getting my arm in the way. I put it on the other side before and my arm got in the way too much. All right, so those are little bitty pieces. That's looking good. And now, just want to slice up these tomatoes too. You could buy them pre-sliced. These are sun-dried tomatoes. They come in a jar. And you could buy them pre-sliced. I didn't know any better because I don't think I ever bought these before. So I'm just slicing them on my own. That way you kind of get a little bit of tomato in every bite. So I'll finish up here and then we can move on to the next step. All right, everyone, now it's time for the best part. We're going to be making the sauce. Sauce is boss. So let's see if I remember this correctly. We want to add the butter. I have about 2 tablespoons here of butter. I like adding a little bit of olive oil also. So we have probably about a teaspoon of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of butter. Let that melt a little. I added the fresh garlic and the jarred garlic together because it's going in at once. So we can add that. I have the pan on a 4 right now. All right. That's pretty good. And then we want to put the spinach in. Again, I never made this before, so I'm starting on a 4, and then we can make adjustments if needed. All right, so we have the garlic, the butter, the spinach. So that's going to cook. Once the spinach gets, cooks down quite a bit, then we can move on to the next step. Almost forgot. Unscripted, guys, unscripted. The tomatoes. So I did slice these up. They're in little, more bite-sized pieces now, so you get a little bit with every bite, hopefully. So I would imagine this won't take long, maybe about 5 minutes or so. You just want to kind of cook down the spinach, mainly. Spinach reduces into almost nothing. Oh, that's looking pretty already, though. Look at that. Good Christmas dish right there, red and green. So I'll cook this down, and then we're going to move on to the next step. All right, guys, so this has been going for about 4 minutes. Yeah, the spinach, we started out with a whole glass bowl of spinach, and it really cooks down to almost nothing. I think in the future, I would actually add a little bit more. But that's looking good. Oh, that was about, I believe that was 5 cups of spinach. It's hard to measure spinach in cups, like baby spinach, but it was approximately 5 cups worth of spinach. So this is cooked down nicely. You don't want to burn the garlic. I've been stirring it, every, 20 or 30 seconds, So that's looking good. And now it's time to add your milk or cream or half and half, whatever your preference is. The recipe I got inspiration from called for heavy cream. I'm actually using half. This is going to come across weird. I'm using half and half, and then half 2% milk. It depends, what you're going for, how thick you want it, how thick and rich. I think the half and half and the 2% milk will go nicely. I spilled a little. What are you going to do? So now we have to wait for this to come to a simmer. Once this comes to a simmer, that's when we're going to add our seasoning, and then we're going to add our Parmesan cheese. Oh, I also have the water boiling for the pasta, so that's just about to come up to a boil. I like to add olive oil in the water because it helps to prevent the pasta from sticking. So that's probably coming up to a boil in a couple minutes. So we're going to add the pasta and, knock that step out too. All right, guys. So our 2% milk and half just came to a simmer. The water started boiling a couple minutes ago also for the pasta, so that's in. That probably has about 7 minutes to go. And now what we could do is turn that heat right off, and we want to add our cheese. So I'm doing, this is about 2/3 of a cup of Parmesan cheese. Again, I'm not sure, if this is going to be sufficient or not. Maybe in the future we want to do more or less. I'll let you know in the description. And then our seasoning. So we have Italian seasoning here, about a teaspoon of that. And then I like the taste of basil. It has a nice sweet taste. So I added an extra, about a half a teaspoon of basil. Italian seasoning already has basil in it, so it definitely complements each other. So that's about 1.5 teaspoons total. I did just shut the heat off. Now we'll mix this together. All right. So that's that. Once the pasta is done, we can mix it together and see how this came out. All right, everybody. Well, that's it. The pasta is boiled. I drained that. I added some cold water to it to prevent it from cooking additionally. So I like my pasta like a nice al dente. So that's basically where it is now, a little bit on the firmer side. So that's good. And now it's time to add our sauce and our chicken, combine everything up, and then mix it together, taste it, and see how we did. All right. So a couple things I'm noticing already is I should have probably turned the pan down a little bit more when I added the half and half in the milk, because it did curl a little. I'm hoping once it's all mixed together, it won't be that big of a deal. But that's one thing. And now our chicken. All right, so that's in. A couple got away. Throw those in. All right, mix this up. See if it looks any good. See if it tastes any good. Like I say, cooking is 99% to me anyway, trying new things. Seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. Making adjustments, learning from, past mistakes. All right, so that is that. We're going to give this a shot in just a few minutes. We're going to plate it, taste it, see how we did. All right, everyone. Well, now we're at that part of the video where we taste what we made, see if our hard work paid off, and if we need to make any adjustments down the road for next time. Real quick, let me just show you guys a home. It definitely looks nice. It has nice colors. It smells great. So let's give it a shot and see if we would do anything differently. All right. A little bit of everything. A little piece of chicken there. All right. I would say it definitely tastes the way it's supposed to. I would say it tastes great. The garlic mixes well with those sun-dried tomatoes. Those are banging, by the way. I don't recall ever eating sun-dried tomatoes before, or using those in any meals, but I think I'm going to start using those quite a bit going forward. It adds a very nice, rich flavor. A lot richer than like a regular fresh tomato. So that's great. The only thing I would change going forward is I would stick with the more traditional recipe of using all heavy cream or all half and half. This isn't the kind of thing you want to count calories with. And I quickly learned that while I was making it. So I would definitely use all half and half or all heavy cream going forward. All in all, I think it came out pretty good for a first time. So try it at home and let me know what you think. And now we're at that part where we set up our video for next time. So this is where we ended. Now we're giving it a good spin, and that's going to set up our video for next time. round and around. All right, breakfast. We're going to be making breakfast together next time. Be sure to tune in for that. That'll be fun. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. I appreciate your support. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, give it that thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and then also comment. You know, I do appreciate your comments. Try it at home. Let me know what could be done better, you know, the way you would do it. And that's it for now. So until next time, I'll see you then. Bye, guys.